my fellow board members, board secretariat, value viewers, good morning. Today, February 12, 2025, is a private conference for two goods and services. But before we start, may I request everyone to please stand for the opening prayer.
Blessing and help as we are gathered together. We pray for guidance in the matters at hand, and ask that you would clearly show us how to conduct our work with a spirit of joy and enthusiasm. Give us the desire to find ways to excel in our work. Help us to work together and encourage each other to excellence. We ask that we would challenge each other to reach higher and farther to be the best we can be. We ask this in the name of the Lord. Amen.
Please be seated. Once again, good morning. May I request the Secretariat to please show in our video screen the selection of our observers.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. Our first official observer from the DPWH CSOs is the Confederation of Filipino Consulting Organization for the Coffee. And our second official observer is for goods is the PCCI Mr. Chair. And that is all, Mr. Chair, for our selection of our official observers.
Thank you, Secretariat. Please show in our video screen the invitation to our observers.
Our first official observer, Mr. Aurelio Joel de Orata, State Auditor 4, Auditing Leader of Commission Audit, a letter dated February 6, 2025, was duly received by the COA on February 6, 2025. Our second observer is Mr. Eric A. Cruz, the President of Confederation of Filipino Consulting Organization, or COA, from Barangay Paltok, Quezon City. A letter dated February 6, 2025. Invitation to sit as observer was sent Thursday, February 6, 2025 at 2:58 in the afternoon. And our third official observer is Consul Inulina V. Mangio, the President of Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, or the PCCI, from McKinley Town Center, Port Bonifacio, Cavite City. A letter dated February 6, 2025. Invitation to sit as observer was sent Thursday, February 6, 2025 at 2:47 in the afternoon. And that is all, Mr. Chair, for invitation to our official observers.
Thank you, Engineer Joseph Digala, the head of the procurement staff. It seems like our observers are not present today, but I'm sure and I hope that you're watching in our YouTube live stream. Again, I request the Secretariat for the attendance for the determination if we have quorum for today's private conference.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I will now proceed with a roll call of attendance. The back members, Engineer Danilo A. Bernabé,
Present.
Staff Chairperson, Engineer Ferdinand E. F. Bayabos, Staff Vice Chairperson. The back regular members, Ma'am Grace B. Sanchez, Engineer Christopher M. Balasha,
Present.
and Engineer Harley Rex L. Lopez.
Present.
The back provisional members, Engineer Herbert N. Agudelo,
Present.
and Engineer Leandre A. Dinan. The back secretariat, Ross Curry, Joseph E. Legal. The back secretariat members. Engineer Z.D. Demas C. Valdez.
Present.
Sir Belmar G. Querido.
Present.
Ma'am Gretchen R. Infanta.
Present.
Sir Paul R. Domagas.
Present.
Ma'am Vivian Zenaida I. Bulan.
Present.
And Sir Mario Roy M. Mahon. And from the representative of the implementing unit, Engineer Shirley Joy A. Lehman.
Present.
Therefore, Mr. Chair, majority of the members of our Leads and Awards Committee composition today are present in our venue conference. Therefore, Mr. Chair, we have a call.
Once again, thank you, Engineer Joseph Vigana. Since we have a quorum, the back chair now declares that the procurement activity for the credit conference is now officially in order. The agenda for the credit conference are: number one, basic contract data. This will be discussed to us by Engineer Shirley Lian from the maintenance section. Number two, questions, comments from bidders and request back and other representative of the procuring entity. Number three, requirements of bidding documents. Number four, documents to be submitted by the bidder, including technical and financial proposals. Number five, proposed amendments, if any. Number six, criteria and procedure for the preliminary examination of the bids, detailed evaluation of bids, cost qualification, and award. Number seven, other matters and all announcement, if there is any. And the last, number eight, summary of proceedings, including bid bulletin to be issued, if there are any. But before we proceed on the agenda, may I request the Secretariat to please play our video recorded, particularly for section 22, which is the credit conference under the revised implementing rules and regulation of RA 9184 and the latest GPTV issuances. Secretariat.
Section 22, pre-bid conference. Section 22.1, for contracts to be bid with an ABC of 1 million pesos or more, the bank shall convene at least one pre-bid conference to clarify and or explain any of the requirements, terms, conditions, and specifications stipulated in the bidding documents. For contracts to be bid with an ABC of less than 1 million pesos, pre-bid conferences may be conducted at the discretion of the bank. Subject to the approval of the bank, a pre-bid conference may also be conducted upon written request of any prospective bidder. Section 22.2, the pre-bid conference shall be held at least 12 calendar days before the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids, but not earlier than 7 calendar days from the FILJES posting. Section 22.3, the pre-bid conference shall discuss, clarify, and explain, among other things, eligibility requirements and the technical and financial components of the contract to be bid, including questions and clarifications raised by the prospective bidders before and during the pre-bid conference. Section 22.4, the minutes of the pre-bid conference shall be recorded and prepared not later than 5 calendar days after the pre-bid conference and shall be made available to prospective bidders not later than 5 days upon written request. Decisions of the bank amending any provision of the bidding documents shall be issued in writing through a supplement or bid bulletin at least 7 calendar days before the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. Section 22.5 supplemental / bid bulletin section 22.511 request for clarifications on any part of the bidding documents for oral interpretation must be in writing and submitted to the bank of the procuring entity concerned at least 10 calendar days before the deadline set for the submission and receipt of bids. Section 22.5.2 for purposes of clarifying or modifying any provision of the bidding documents, supplemental or bid bulletins may be issued upon the procuring entity's initiative at least 7 calendar days before the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. Any modification to the bidding documents shall be identified as an amendment. Section 22.5.3, any supplemental/bid bulletin issued by the bank shall also be posted in the PhilGEPS, the website of the procuring entity concerned, if available, and at any conspicuous place within the premises of the procuring entity. It shall be the responsibility of all those who have properly secured the bidding documents to inquire and secure supplemental or bid bulletins that may be issued by the bank. However, bidders who have submitted bids before the issuance of the supplemental or bid bulletin must be informed and allowed to modify or withdraw their bids in accordance with Section 26 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184.
That's all, Mr. Chair, for section 22, building contracts.
Thank you, Secretariat. We go now to the agenda number 1, which is the basic contract data. This will be discussed to us by Engineer Shirley Lehman from the maintenance section. Shirley.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. Basic contract data under goods and services with contract ID 25GBJ01. Name of contract, supply and delivery of materials for use in the repair and maintenance of various national roads and bridges of Nueva Vizcaya 2nd DEO jurisdiction. Under work categories 10 and 18, pavement maintenance and public service maintenance. Activity number 111, Premix Patching Bituminous Pavements. Placing bituminous pavements to correct potholes, edge break, failures, and other similar defects, and to level short section of surface depression. Activity number 113, sealing bituminous pavements, sealing rocks and short sections, and off-ravel bituminous pavements, including paved shoulders by placing liquid asphalt and aggregate cover. Includes sealing of individual cracks and or areas. Activity number 121, patching concrete pavements, repairing spalls, potholes, and similar defects in concrete pavement using bituminous premix or penetration patching. Location of contract, Nueva Vizcaya 2nd DEO jurisdiction, ABC 2,499,000. Scope of work, supply and delivery of materials for use in the repair maintenance of various national roads and bridges. Contract duration 7 calendar days. Bidding documents cost 5,000 pesos. Source of fund, GA fiscal year 2025. Date of bidding, February 25, 2025. Item description, penetration asphalt 60/70 with a quantity of 147 drums. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Shirley Lehman. Please continue for contract ID number 35GBJ02. Thank you.
For contract ID 25GBJ02, name of contract, supply and delivery of materials for use in the repair maintenance of various national roads and bridges of Nueva Vizcaya 2nd DEO jurisdiction. Under work categories 10, 18, and 19, pavement maintenance, erosion control and traffic services maintenance. Activity number 111, Premix Patching Bituminous Pavements, placing bituminous premix to correct potholes, edge breaks, failures, and other defects to level short section of surface depressions. Activity number 113, sealing bituminous pavements, sealing cracks and short sections, and off-ravel bituminous pavements, including paved shoulders, by placing liquid asphalt and aggregates cover. Includes sealing of individual cracks and or areas. Activity number 121, patching concrete pavements, repairing spalls, potholes, and similar defects in concrete pavements using bituminous premix or penetration patching. Activity number 209, other roadside maintenance, painting concrete bridges railings. Activity number 303, guardrail maintenance, the painting of guardrails and posts. Activity number 302, center line and lane line, the painting of center line and lane lines. And for activity number 309, other traffic services, the painting of edge line, pedestrian crosswalks, stop lines, pavement messages, and the painting center lines and lane lines pavement. Location of contract, Nueva Vizcaya 2nd DEO jurisdiction. ABC, 3,500,940. Scope of works, supply and delivery of materials for use in the repair and maintenance of various national roads and bridges. Contract duration, 7 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents, 5,000 pesos. Source of fund, GEA fiscal year 2025. And date of bidding, February 25, 2025. And for the item descriptions, asphalt emulsified patriotic SS1, 97 grams, reflectorized traffic paints white, $379, less fees, 25 kilogram per bag, quantity 490. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Sheridan. Secretariat, do we have comments, questions, or queries from our prospective leaders?
None, Mr. Chair.
Okay, noted, there is none. We go now to agenda number 3, which is the requirements of bidding documents. To be discussed to us by the head of the procurement staff, Engineer Joseph Vigara.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For the requirements of the bidding documents, this is the form of bidding sheet. For IBB clause 5.3, the bidder must have completed a single contract that is similar to this project, equivalent to at least 25% of the ABC. For this purpose, contracts similar to the project shall be A. The similar contracts refers to for contract 25 GPJ01, supply and delivery of materials for use in the repair and maintenance of various national roads and bridges under work categories 10 and 18, pavement maintenance and traffic service maintenance. And for contract 25 GPJ02, supply and delivery of materials for use in the repair and maintenance of various national roads and bridges of Nueva Vizcaya and DEO jurisdiction under work categories 10, 18, and 19, pavement maintenance, erosion control, and traffic service maintenance. And B, completed within 5 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. For ITB clause 7.1, subcontracting is not allowed. ITB clause 12, the price of the goods shall be quoted DDP within the province of Nueva Vizcaya for this project. The bidder shall bid on all items to be bid. Price quoted shall include taxes. For ITB clause 14.1, the bid security shall be in the form of bid security declaration or any of the following forms and amounts. A. The amount of not less than 2% of EBC if bid security is in cash, cashiers or manager's check, bank draft or guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit. Or B. The amount of not less than 5% of EBC if bid security is in surety bond. For ITB clause 19.3 or contract 35 GBG01, the ABC is 2,499,000 pesos. Any bid with a financial component exceeding the ABC shall not be accepted. For contract 25 GBG02, the ABC is 3,500,000 pesos 940. Any bid with a financial component exceeding the ABC shall not be accepted. For ITB clause 20.1, no other licenses and permits are required. IT Clause 21.1, no additional contract documents are required. And that is all, Mr. Chair, for the requirements of the bidding documents for the two goods and services.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Joseph Tingala, the head of the procurement staff. We go now to agenda number 4, which is documents to be submitted by the bidder, including technical and financial proposal. In this agenda, we have a audio recorded to be shown in our video screen. Secretary, please.
Requirements for technical and financial documents, procurement for goods and services. 1. Technical component envelope. Class A documents. Legal documents. A. Valid field jobs registration certificate. Platinum membership. All pages. In accordance with section 8.5.2 of the IR. Technical documents. B. Statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. And C. Statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract or SLCC similar to the contract to be bid, except under conditions provided for in sections 23.4.1.3 and 23.4.2.4 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA number 9184 within the relevant period as provided in the bidding documents, and the original copy of bid security. If in the form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission or original copy of notarized bid security declaration, and E. Conformity with the technical specifications, which may include production/delivery schedule, manpower requirements, and or after sales/parts, if applicable. And F. Original duly signed omnibus sworn statement or OSS. And if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney (SPA) of all members of the joint venture giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. Financial documents. G. The prospective bidder's computation of net financial contracting capacity or NFCC, or a committed line of credit from a universal or commercial bank in lieu of its NFCC computation. Class B documents. H. If applicable, a duly signed joint venture agreement or JVA in case the joint venture is already in existence, or duly notarized statements from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the instance that the deal is successful. 2. Financial component envelope. I. Original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form, and J. Original of duly signed and accomplished price schedules. Other documentary requirements under RA number 9184 as applicable. K. Certification from the DTI if the bidder claims preference as a domestic bidder or domestic entity.
And that is all, Mr. Chair, for the reports to be submitted by the Minister.
Okay, thank you, Secretary. We go now to agenda number 5, which is the proposed amendment. Since there are no queries, comments, questions from the prospective bidders, therefore, we're going to sustain the advertised bidding documents as published in the DPWH website and in the pictures. So we go now to agenda number 6, which is the criteria and procedure for the preliminary examination of the bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification and award. In this agenda, we have an audio recorded. Secretariat, please play the audio recorded. Thank you.
Detailed bid evaluation. For the procurement of goods, the purpose of bid evaluation is to determine the lowest calculated bid using the following steps. 1. The bank shall immediately conduct a detailed evaluation of all bids using non-discretionary criteria in considering the following. A. Completeness of the bid. Unless the instructions to bidders specifically allow partial bids, bids not addressing or providing all of the required items in the bidding documents including, where applicable, bill of quantities, shall be considered non-responsive and, thus, automatically disqualified. In this regard, where a required item is provided, but no price is indicated, the same shall be considered as non-responsive, but specifying a zero or dash for the said item would mean that it is being offered for free to the government and B. Arithmetical corrections. Correct computational errors and omissions to enable proper comparison of all eligible bids. It may also consider bid modifications if expressly allowed in the bidding documents. Any adjustment shall be calculated in monetary terms to determine the calculated prices. 2. The bank shall evaluate all bids on an equal footing to ensure fair and competitive bid comparison. For this purpose, all bidders shall be required to include the cost of all taxes, such as, but not limited to, value-added tax or VAT, income tax, local taxes, and other fiscal levies and duties which shall be itemized in the bid form and reflected in the detailed estimates. Such bids, including said taxes, shall be the basis for bid evaluation and comparison. 3. In case of discrepancies between A. Bid prices in figures and in words, the latter shall prevail. B. Total price of the item and unit price of the item as extended or multiplied by the quantity of that item, the latter shall prevail. C. Stated total price and the actual sum of prices of component items, the latter shall prevail. D. Unit cost in the detailed estimate and unit cost in the bill of quantities, the latter shall prevail. 4. Bids shall then be ranked in the ascending order of their total calculated bid prices, as evaluated and corrected for computational errors and other bid modifications, to identify the lowest calculated bid. Total calculated bid prices, as evaluated and corrected for computational errors and other bid modifications, which exceed the ABC shall be disqualified.
Post-qualification. Objective and process of post-qualification. 1. The lowest calculated bid shall undergo post-qualification to determine whether the bidder concerned complies with and is responsive to all the requirements and conditions as specified in the bidding documents. 2. Within 5 calendar days from receipt by the bidder of the notice from the bids and awards committee that the bidder has the lowest calculated bid, the bid shall submit to the bids and awards committee its latest income and business tax returns and other appropriate licenses and permits required by law and stated in the bidding documents. Failure to submit any of the post-qualification requirements on time or a finding against the veracity thereof shall disqualify the bidder for award, provided that in the event that a finding against the veracity of any of the documents submitted is made, it shall cause the forfeiture of the bid security in accordance with Section 69 of the 2016 Revised Implementing Rules and Regulations, IRR, of Republic Act Number 9184. 3. The post-qualification shall verify, validate, and ascertain the veracity, authenticity, and validity of all the Class A eligibility documents supporting the PhilJEF certificate of registration and membership in accordance with Section 8.5.2 of the 2016 Revised IRR of RA number 9184, and all the other statements made and documents submitted by the bidder with the lowest calculated bid using non-discretionary criteria, as stated in the bidding documents. These criteria shall consider, but shall not be limited to, the following. A. Legal requirements. To verify, validate, and ascertain licenses, certificates, permits, and agreements submitted by the bidder, and the fact that it is not included in any blacklist as provided in section 25.3 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA number 9184. For this purpose, the GPPB shall maintain a consolidated file of all blacklisted suppliers, contractors, and consultants. B. Technical requirements. To determine compliance of the goods offered with the requirements specified in the bidding documents, including, where applicable, I. Verification and/or inspection and testing of the goods/product after sales and/or maintenance capabilities in applicable cases, as well as checking the following. A. Delaying the partial delivery of goods amounting to 10% of the contract price in its ongoing government and private contracts. B. If any of these contracts shows the bidder's failure to deliver or perform any or all the goods or services within the period specified in the contract or within any extension thereof granted by the procuring entity pursuant to a request made by the supplier prior to the delay, and such failure amounts to at least 10% of the contract price. C. Unsatisfactory performance of the supplier's obligations as per contract terms and conditions at the time of inspection. If the bank verifies any of these deficiencies to be due to the bidder's fault or negligence, the bank shall disqualify the bidder from the award or the procurement of the goods. 2. Ascertainment of the authenticity of the bid security and its correctness as to type, amount, form, and wording and validity period as required in the bidding documents. C. Financial requirements. To verify, validate, and ascertain the bid price proposal of the bidder and, whenever applicable, the required committed line of credit in the amount specified and over the period stipulated in the bidding documents or the bidder's MFCC to ensure that the bidder can sustain the operating cash flow of the transaction. The determination of the lowest calculated and responsive bid for LCRD is guided by sections 34.4 to 34.8 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA number 9184. The Bids and Awards Committee will recommend to the whole the award of contract to the bidder with the LCRD in accordance with section 37 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA number 9184, which outlines the procedures for the notice and execution of award.
And that is almost clear for the criteria procedure for either the evaluation of the award.
Okay, so thank you, Secretariat. We go now to agenda number 7. Other matters and our announcement, if there is any, Secretariat.
For the announcement or reminders, we have procurement activity opening of bids on February 18, 2025 at 9 a.m. period conference room for 2 city works projects in contract ID number 25BG0038 and 24BG0110. And our next procurement activity opening of bids on February 25, 2025 at 9 a.m. here also in conference room for the 2 goods and services in contract ID numbers 25GBJ02 and 25GBJ01. And that is all, Mr. Chair, for that announcement or reminders.
Once again, thank you, Ichiro Johnson Digana, the head of the procurement staff. And we have the last agenda, agenda number 8, is the summary of proceeding, including bid bulletins or addenda to be issued if there is any. Basically, we have discussed agenda number 1 to 7, and since there are no queries, questions, or comments from the bidders to the 2 goods and services, therefore there is no bid bulletin or addenda to be issued. And that's all for the credit conference. Is there any announcement from the club members? There is none. If there is none, do I hear a motion for adjournment?
Mr. Chair, I would like to move for adjournment of today's private conference.
Any second motion? Has been moved and seconded that the procurement activity for today's private conference is now officially adjourned. Thank you everyone, and thank you to our YouTube live viewers. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat.